Okay, to anyone listening to this, welcome to the Savage Realms YouTube page. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you for visiting and supporting the art that I create, the books that I write. And if YouTube is actually your first stop, I'd like to advise you to go to my Patreon and try to support me there. By signing up for Patreon and becoming a member there, you can get some exclusive perks, such as inside looks into the stories that I produce, extra content that isn't included in the rough drafts that I produce here on YouTube, and even some first-hand looks at other stories that I'm producing. Until such time that YouTube changes its policy when it comes to new channels and allowing them to have advertisements on their page and the things that they produce. Patreon is going to be the only way that I'm going to be able to make profit from this. So I'm counting on the people who actually enjoy my stories to, if they can, donate to the cause and allow me to keep producing the art that I'm producing, as well as be able to refine and publish my work in other ways, as my end goal is to reach full publishing scale, being able to publish full corrected books in both the written and audio form. I even have plans for comic books and manga, for those that like that format. You'll of course support me just by watching this, and anyone who decides to visit Patreon and support me there is much appreciated. If I can actually gather enough support, my end goal actually stretches beyond helping publish my own work. Basically, here at Savage Realms, my end objective overall is to create a new fictional universe, much like the fictional universes of Marvel and DC, which include countless different characters, all residing within one universe. What this basically allows is for more than me to simply benefit from this. Effectively, I want to create a place where multiple artists can start producing their own work, where I can have other writers include characters that they've come up with that work within the world that I created, to give a safe place for people to be able to be creative and make things, to employ artists who need a place to create work and make a living, both for the written word as well as actual visual art, drawing, painting, digital design, and such, for them to create new things and be able to profit from them, and doing so, earning themselves a living, which is a hard thing to do in today's world where there aren't a lot of outlets for people who are creative to utilize those creative abilities to make a living. There's simply not enough room for all of them, especially for ones that haven't established themselves yet. Because, let's face it, people, we're beginning to have problems when it comes to creativity in the modern world and society. The Disney overlords have basically decided they want to own everything, which leaves very little room for anyone else who isn't wanting to produce the same thing that's already been done for decades. Don't get me wrong, I love superheroes and horror stories from other genres. Batman, Superman. These are names that are never going anywhere. But as much as I like those characters, there is room for more. So, in the end, I'd like to create a realm of characters and then bring those characters to the public eye. Give people more stories to enjoy in their lives, more characters to follow in different events, for both heroes and villains. So, once again, I'd like to thank you for being a patron by visiting my YouTube page here. And I hope you visit Patreon and support me there. So, to end things off, I'd simply like to say, enjoy the stories here on the Savage Realm.